Hey geeks, I'm Trey Guillotine and you're watching Geekly Trends, where I give a few thoughts about some of the geeky trends that have gone on in the past week. Zack Snyder is stepping down from Justice League, but first... Recently, an announcement trailer for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 has been released. It doesn't show a lot of the game or any of the story, but it does give you a good look at some of the new characters that they're going to be bringing in, like Rocket and Groot, like Spider-Gwen. As much fun as Marvel Superheroes was, it was pretty much the same heroes you see in all the other Marvel titles, whether it be the MCU or the cartoons or the comics. It was a lot of the bigger, more popular heroes. What you already see in the Lego Marvel Superhero 2 trailer is that they're bringing up the lesser known ones. Yes, Guardians of the Galaxy are pretty well known at this point, but they're not as well known as, say, Iron Man or Captain America or Spider-Man. They're also bringing in Spider-Gwen, Doctor Strange. They're bringing in a lot of the lesser known characters, and that has me really excited. Not only the lesser known characters, but lesser known variations of the more popular characters. It looks like they're really it looks like they're bringing a lot of the unknown to the forefront for this game. And I'm really excited about it just because I'll get a taste to get to know these new characters, and it's also a new game in the LEGO Marvel Superheroes franchise, which I thought was a super fun game. It looks like the Uncharted film has cast its Nathan Drake, and it's Tom Holland. If you're thinking that Tom Holland is a great actor, but he looks a little young to play Nathan Drake, you're thinking what everyone else thought. But apparently, the movie is going to be focusing on a very young Nathan Drake as he meets and works with his future longtime partner, Sully. I'm not entirely sure if this movie is going to be primarily young Nathan Drake or if he'll play in a large portion of flashbacks. Hopefully it's the later, because I don't think anyone wants a young Nathan Drake movie. We want Nathan Drake. We want the adult Nathan Drake, the rogue, the charming, swarthy guy jumping from cliffs, talking with Elena. I was going to say seducing women, but really it's just Elena or sometimes Chloe. But no one wanted young Nathan Drake. It's not that that'll be a bad movie. It might be a great movie, but it's definitely not the movie anyone, or at least myself, wanted from an Uncharted film. Now, yes, I still want Nathan Fillion to play Nathan Drake because I think he would be fantastic, or at least have Nathan Fillion play Nathan Drake and then have Nolan North voice over for it. But I doubt that'll happen, and I doubt Nathan Fillion will ever actually play Nathan Drake. But right now, it looks like Tom Holland is going to be Nathan Drake. I don't think Tom Holland's a bad actor. I've only seen him as Spider-Man in Civil War, and upcoming he's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming. And from what I've seen, he seems like a really good actor, so I'm sure he'll do a great job. But a young Nathan Drake movie, that's not something anyone wanted. With E3 2017 right around the corner, gamers are starting to wondering what games will be seen. Obviously, there'll be a lot of games that we never even thought of, but the games that some people are looking forward to, like Kingdom Hearts 3 or Final Fantasy 7, may be left out of the lineup because both of these games are being pushed back. Square Enix says the games will be released in probably the next 3 years. Personally, I don't think these games are ever going to be released, as I don't think that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a real game, that everything we've seen from it has just been something to hype it up so that we keep buying Square Enix games to make us excited for a Kingdom Hearts 3 game. That's never going to come. And then when they started to kind of lose that excitement, they then introduced Final Fantasy 7 Remake to kind of bring us back into that excitement so that we would be excited for another Square Enix title that will also never be released. This is very conspiracy theory of me, but we've waited so long for both of these games. Definitely more so we've waited a much longer time for Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's one of the favorite RPGs out there, so having it, and when I finally played it, my biggest comment was that I would love to see this story told in a much better, in a much more advanced and enhanced game. Kingdom Hearts 3, I've personally been waiting for over a decade. It's never going to come out. I don't think it's ever going to come out, just like the next Game of Thrones books, just like it's never going to come out. Zack Snyder is stepping away as director from Justice League, even though it's in its post-production, because in March he lost his child to suicide. I know I've been very critical of Zack Snyder's work on the DC films, and that criticism stands, but I've never thought he was a bad director. I think his directing style works for some movies and not so much for others. But despite that criticism, my thoughts and my heart does go out to Snyder and his family as they deal with this tragedy. The other part of this news is that Joss Whedon is actually being brought in to direct the post-production of Justice League. He's not adding anything new. He's not adding any new characters. What they're doing is they're adding a few more scenes with the current characters and then finishing the movie in editing. So the movie will still be a very Zack Snyder movie, which I don't necessarily think is a good thing, but having Joss Whedon brought in on the editing, on the post-production, I think he'll do a great job, and that will help make Justice League a much better film than we've had in the DCEU. He did an amazing job with Avengers, and in my opinion, Avengers Age of Ultron I thought was fantastic, and I was already excited for him to be helming a Batgirl movie. But for him to be behind even just the post-production of Justice League, that gives me a little more confidence that the movie might actually be really good. This will still be a very Zack Snyder film, and it doesn't look like Joss Whedon's going to be changing the film in any way, just finishing where Zack left off, but maybe adding in his own touches and his own style, which, again, I think is a great thing. I feel terribly for the Snyder family and what they're going to, and I'm not trying to say that this is a blessing in disguise, because it's not. What they're dealing with is unimaginable, and it's an extreme tragedy, and I feel for the Snyder family. But having Joss Whedon brought in, a director that I personally have a lot of confidence in, that just about everything, most of what I've seen from Joss Whedon, I've been incredibly pleased with. Having him brought in to even run just the post-production of Justice League, that gives me a little more confidence that I'm going to enjoy the Justice League film and makes me a little more excited. What are some trends that went on in the week that you'd like to talk about? Let me know in the comments and share the video around so others can join in the conversation. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and check out my Patreon to support more of my future content. Follow me on all the internets and check out templeofgeek.com, your one stop for all things geek. And subscribe to my channel to geek out some more. Thanks for watching and have fun. So Captain America, Thor, Hulk.